I have been put in a tough position here. I love my Steam Deck. It's my go-to handheld PC currently, and after seeing your comments on my last video praising how much I love my Steam Deck, most of you told me I should try out the Zotac Zone. So after doing extensive research, I finally tried it. I wanted to find out how big of an upgrade it is compared to my Steam Deck, and if I should entirely drop my Steam Deck for the Zotac. Spoiler alert, it's great. So let's start with the things that the Zotac Zone handheld does that my Steam Deck doesn't. The Zotac has got a better display of 7 inches, which is a 1080p AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate and a peak brightness of 800 nits, offering vibrant colors and smoother motion, ideal for fast-paced games. When you compare it to the Steam Deck, you have an LCD screen, 60Hz refresh rate with low brightness and color vibrance compared to the AMOLED. The LCD is less sharp and less vibrant overall. This makes the Zotac screen better suited for gamers prioritizing resolution and refresh rate. But if you compare to the Steam Deck OLED, you roughly get the same display specs, with the Zotac beating the Steam Deck with a higher refresh rate of 120Hz. The Zotac has a matte finish just like other handhelds, symmetrical joysticks, D-pads and ABXY buttons, but you also get unique features including radio dials, which you can also program to adjust the volume, brightness and so much more. But to be honest, I didn't find them more helpful than what I can do on the Steam Deck. You also get a fingerprint scanner which acts as a power button on the device, and a webcam which I also didn't use at all or even set up, because I don't see anyone using these features. The camera is possible to use for Zoom calls if you're a person who uses handhelds for that. But yeah, the Zotac is a device that has features that don't enhance my experience that I wouldn't on my Steam Deck. But what really caught my attention was the performance. The Zotac is equipped with an AMD Ryzen 7 chip, providing performance similar to the AMD Z1 Extreme Edition chip, which is found on handheld PCs like the Lenovo Legion Go and the ASUS Ally X. But when you compare it to the Steam Deck, which has a custom AMD Zen 2 chip with 4 cores and 8 GPU cores, the Steam Deck is less powerful than the Zotac, which targets a high-performance experience. While the Steam Deck targets a balanced performance and better battery life, this model came with a 16GB of RAM, which is less than ideal compared to the other handhelds in the same price category. Now, let's shift to where the Zotac starts to fall apart for me and why I can't recommend it. The battery on this thing is not great, with only a battery capacity of 48 watts, resulting in about 60 to 90 minutes of AAA gameplay. Compared to the Steam Deck, which gets between 3 to 4 hours, this is a letdown for me, as I would have hoped for a better battery life experience than my Steam Deck. When you look at the competition, the likes of ASUS upgraded their battery to 50 watts, which is ahead of the Zotac. When playing indie games, the Zotac lasts between 3 to 4 hours compared to the Steam Deck's 5 to 6 hours. With the Steam community, you can tweak this thing for better battery and performance. The Zotac allows you to adjust the power limit. Instead of your typical modes such as balance or performance, you get a slider to adjust the performance. However, high power settings can cause it to overheat and drain the battery quickly. Of course, this is expected as the device will be working harder on a high power output. The Zotac Zone can run a variety of games smoothly, including Counter-Strike 2, Cyberpunk 2077 and Baldur's Gate 3. However, for more intensive titles, graphic settings need to be lowered. The performance is pretty decent on the Zotac. Games were playable, and with the help of the AMOLED screen, the games looked fantastic. With the games I ran, I got consistent frame rates across indie and AAA games, but unfortunately, that isn't enough for the Zotac to justify its price compared to what's on the market. The Steam Deck can provide such results for half the price, and you get added benefits, which isn't the case for the Zotac. When it comes to the software, the Zotac runs Windows, which is limited, and I'm not a fan of Windows running handhelds. The operating system isn't optimized for handheld gaming and can be less intuitive to navigate with a controller and touchscreen. The Steam Deck, on the other hand, runs SteamOS. It offers a streamlined, console-like experience with seamless integration with the Steam library. It has early access to the Steam Store and built-in compatibility like Proton, which allows many Windows games to run on Linux. Games on SteamOS often receive specific optimization for the Steam Deck hardware, ensuring better performance and battery life. While the Zotac has powerful hardware, the Windows operating system can be less efficient in terms of resource management for gaming. Handheld gaming has come a long way, and as someone who is invested in the Steam Deck, the community and support have made me stick to it. The Steam Deck has a large and active community which contributes to troubleshooting, sharing settings, and creating custom tools and software. Valve also provides consistent software updates and support for the device. As a new entrant, the Zotac may not have the same level of community support and established software ecosystem. That aside, the Zotac isn't for me, and that's why I can't recommend it. With the higher price of $800 compared to the Steam Deck, this price difference makes the Steam Deck a more accessible option for many gamers. The added features like a fingerprint scanner and a webcam don't justify the price. While the Zotac boasts a sharper, faster OLED screen and a potentially powerful hardware, its higher price and Windows, at least initially, and a less mature software ecosystem make it a less compelling option for many compared to the Steam Deck. As for now, the Steam Deck's well-integrated hardware and software experience at a more competitive price give it a significant advantage. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below about the Zotac, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Catch you in the next video.